Hi, it's Monique Maley with today's Leadership Bite, powered by Articulate Persuasion. So today I want to talk about something a bit more technical than I normally do, and it has to do with smiling. And obviously, we all know that when people smile, it makes us feel more comfortable with them. It makes us feel like they're more comfortable and engaged. But actually, what I want to talk about is smiling when someone can't see you. And why is that important? So I was having this conversation with a client the other day because they were getting ready to do a podcast. And this is a perfect example of that. And our tone of voice completely changes depending on whether or not we're smiling. Some of it is just technical, right? The more open our mouth is, the more it changes that tone. It makes it a bit brighter, a bit more open. If we're tight-lipped and we're not happy about talking about things, it just feels a little bit harder and a little bit colder. And you may not actively notice the difference when you're listening, but you can feel the difference, if that makes sense. So now imagine it's not a podcast. Now let's imagine it's a conference call, and it's a big one. And you have to give a presentation, or you have to deliver some bad news to somebody, which of course we never want to deliver bad news with a big old smile. But you need to smile a little and make it feel more open. People want to feel like they can still connect with you, even though all they hear is your voice. It can be so powerful, our tone of voice, and it's something that we just don't spend enough time thinking of in advance. How do I need to show up for this conversation so that someone can really receive the information that I'm trying to give in the right way? So it's such a small thing, smiling. You want your customer service reps to be smiling all the time. You definitely want them to smile when the client on the other end is not happy and is frustrated. They still want to feel like they're being heard. They don't want to feel the tension and the anger that the person on the other end of the phone may be feeling. And the fastest, easiest way to do that is just to smile. And it's not the kind of smile that you do because you're happy. It's the kind of smile you do because you want to be successful and you want your team to be successful. So I'm going to challenge everybody to try this. So your next conference call, just try and focus on smiling more. Does that sort of change the vibe of the conversation? Do you notice anything different? When you're listening to a podcast, I want you to try and think, is that person smiling, or are they a little more tight-lipped? And how does that affect how they're communicating their message? And then let me know your thoughts, because I love to hear them. And that is today's Leadership Bite.